Hey everyone, welcome back. So if you haven't noticed, this video is a little different. Yeah, I figured that I can just make a little vlog, I guess. I don't know. I had an idea in my head and I'm just rolling with it. But yeah, just had the idea in my head to do that. So I'm going to do that today. I don't know what I'm gonna get up to, but I wanted to show you a few things that I got done this weekend. So I actually kind of looked through all of my crepe paper winter collections. So I only have, I think there's only two, right? Everything else has been a Christmas collection. So I have Snow and Cocoa and I have Snowflake. And I looked through what I had of both of them and kind of pulled together some sort of December daily kit. And I actually decided on my little December daily book and I made it. And so I know it's like September, but I've been thinking about December daily since the beginning of August, and yeah, I finally figured it out, what I'm gonna do. I probably won't I'll probably do a video, but hold on, let me just get my little book here. But yeah, so this is my tiny little December daily. Obviously it's not done. I just did the bare bones of it, which is the cover and cutting up papers to put inside of it. But I am gonna do a full video on the what I'm using for December daily, my kit, my album video. That's coming later, closer to December daily. So in November that will be coming, even though I can kind of do it now, but that will be coming. I do want to decorate my little cover, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you it. I wanted to do initially an altered book. If you remember my Get Messy Season of Steven art journal, I did this faux altered book, and I just kind of made it look like a book, but it's not really a book. But I wanted to do something like this for December daily. The only problem with doing something like this for December daily is that it's bound, and I've done December daily since 2016, and I kind of already know my flow for it. So 2016 I did the traditional Ali Edwards 6x8 album thing. I hate that. I don't like it. It was okay, but I didn't really like it. I think the 6x8 format is a little too big for me, and for some reason I'd like my December dailies to be cute little mini books. So the next year I did this really tiny book. Let me see if I can get it. I did this really tiny little book. It's like a pocket-sized book or field notes or whatever. It's tiny, and I did it really simply, and I kind of typed up my everything. I was following Susanna Conway's December Reflections. That's why I named this little book December Reflections, because she does an Instagram challenge for December called December Reflections, and they're prompts. So I basically typed up all the prompts and I used the photos that I used for the Instagram, and I just made it into a little book. And so this was my December daily. I call it my December Reflections because it's not really a December daily. And I used the lovely this was the kit from, oh my god, the Fairy Tale Club, and so it's very cute and very small. And that's what I did for 2017. For 2018 I did a Seuss Fish Scrap Therapy. Actually that was A5 size, 6x8, but it was a scrap therapy, and I did a mixture of scrapbooking and art journaling in it, and so it was very fun. So I did that for that year, and then of course last year, right, so that was 2018, 2019, of course we're in 2020, I don't even know what year we're in. Last year I did this little Coptic stitch book. And so the problem with bound books, if you've noticed, is that they get super chunky. My scrap therapy was in rings, so that was fine. These guys get super massive, and I realized the way that I like to work small, because I can fill up a small book I can fill it all the way up in the month of December. But I also like to use my little puffy, my little textural embellishments are getting all squished. I like foam and thickers and stuff like that. I like using the puffier embellishments, the bigger, the chunkier, the more textural ones. And when you do that, your thing becomes massive. And when it's bound, like when it's pre-bound, like the spine is really small and then it gets chunky. And I'm fine with this, but I don't want that. And so when I thought about doing the altered book, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna get like massive. And so I decided, you know what, forget it. I will do the cover like I would do an altered book. So I used this beautiful fabric that I have. It's like I call it bubblegum pink, and it has a little white snowflakes all over it. Do the cover like a fabric cover like you would normally do, but just, you know, get rid of the spine and put rings in it and do it like that, because these rings have the ability to just expand. Like everything can just go like this, you know? So that's what I ended up, the compromise was. And of course I went with the cover is 4.5 by 6.5, but my pages are they're about 4 by 6. They're like 4.25 by something, by maybe 6 or something like that. No, the book is, I know my dimensions. The height of it is 6. The width is 4.5. So the pages are 4.25 by like 5 3/4 inches. And I used up a mixture of stuff. Let me see if I can find some pages in here. So I had all of this paper. These were what made up the extra booklets for my Coptic stitch book. So if you remember my Coptic stitch book, I had to actually remove 2 signatures from it. And so the signatures were already this size, so I just kind of cut them in half and used the pages that I wanted to use in here. And then I printed off some beautiful Seuss Fish printables from when she first opened her Etsy store. So she had some festive ones there, and so I printed a few of my favorites. But this is the color scheme that I'm going with. It's a very pastel-y, very candy colored, very cute. But I think like the blues, I'm using a lot of blues and pinks, or like, you know, like the minty blues and stuff like that. They kind of give off a winter vibe anyway. And I have a lot of the Snow and Cocoa mostly. So I'm probably going to use Snow and Cocoa the most. I think this is the only paper that I have in here that's from Snowflake, and the back is like this dark blue that I am going to cover up because it's too dark. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of the theme of the book. The lining, my lining of my book is really fun. I was gonna actually use this as a page in my book, but I'm just like, it looks so much better as the lining. And then it's kind of slippery because this was a gift bag. I got this in a Happy Meal package from Seuss like a couple of years ago, and it has stars and it's really cute. And so I decided to use it as the lining of my book instead. So that's how it's lined. But yeah, so this is my tiny little book. I do have some things that I want to use for like my little kit. And I have this little tub here that has all bunch of goodies and pieces and stuff like that. But I'm not going to show you all right now. I'm going to do a separate videos for that. But that's kind of what I got up to, and I'm really happy that I kind of figured out my December dailiness. Another thing that I got up to is I print and cut some Fresh Bouquet stuff. So I have the digitals, and I only bought like the sticker sheets, some of the thickers, some of the paper clips, like sort of dimensional things from this collection. I did not buy any paper, and I did not buy any ephemera or anything like that. But I did buy the digitals because I'm just like, when I looked at the papers, I didn't really like any of the papers, and the ephemera pack, there was only a few pieces of the ephemera pack that I really liked, but for the most part, I didn't like it as a whole, so I decided not to get it and wait for the digitals so that I can pick and choose the pieces that I liked and make into ephemera. And so I ended up doing that this weekend too, because I have a project that I want to do in this lovely planner here. This is a Kiki K B6 planner in like this icy blue mint color. I want to get into like sort of daily journaling. I've been wanting to do this for forever, but I keep making excuses and things for it. But daily journaling, but like daily gratitude journaling specifically. I thought about just getting a notebook and just starting, but for some reason just that plain notebook is just really sad and really boring, and I don't like just sitting there and just journaling. I was never one to keep a diary like that, but I do enjoy when I can get crafty with it. And so I decided that I was going to use this. I was actually eyeing a Heidi Swap planner that's on scrapbook.com, because apparently all the Heidi Swap planners on scrapbook.com are on clearance. And so I was eyeing one, but I don't really need another one. I don't need another planner, basically. I have tons of planners that are empty. And so I'm just like, you know what? I wasn't going to use the Heidi Swap inserts anyway. I just wanted the planner cover. But yeah, so I was just like, you know what? I can just make do with what I have. And so I have this one, and I love the B6 size. I think the B6 size is a great size for me for journaling. And so I've decided I'm gonna set this up. I really want to set it up with the Maggie Holmes Marigold collection, which is the brand new collection from Crate Paper, only because the inside of this planner is gray. It has like a gray lining, and I feel like that Marigold collection is like I don't know what it is about it. It's like the best of both scrapbooking design elements and like vintage. I think Maggie Holmes Heritage collection did that really well. It's just the Heritage color scheme wasn't my color scheme. Like, it wasn't my first choice as a color scheme, but I loved the collection, and it made a perfect travel album, which is my my most recent travel journal from France and Belgium from the beginning of this year. So it's up on my channel. If you go a few videos back, you can see that. But yeah, it made a great travel journal. But I liked that blend of the vintage and like kind of the modern. Not really, because Maggie Holmes isn't really modern, but she's very fun. Like, her stuff is very fun and has sort of like a fresh, you know, kind of aesthetic to it. Because I noticed that my journaling, I tend to lean more towards like the artsy vintage, but scrapbooking, I tend to lean towards the girly pastel clean look. And lately I've been trying to kind of merge the two. I think I've always been trying to merge the two, and sometimes I do it successfully, and then sometimes I don't do it successfully at all. I kind of like, I don't know why I separate the two all the time. And so I kind of wanted to merge the two into this, because I want it to be a scrapbook of my life, but I also want it to have that journal vintage feel to it. And so I thought the Marigold collection was gorgeous. Some of the colors are very autumnal because it's the season for it, but there's some gorgeous pinks in it, and the florals and just the imagery of like the deers and I think the owls, and I just love all of that. And so I was thinking of mixing that with Fresh Bouquet. So if you know, I think Fresh Bouquet was supposed to be a wedding scrapbooking collection. I think it's supposed to be some sort of wedding scrapbooking collection. COVID did delay it and stuff, but I think it is a wedding collection. But the imagery is very delicate, and the colors are very muted and subtle, and just, you know, kind of like fainty and pastel. I mean, some of it, I think the sticker sheet is just beautiful. I had to get two because it's so pretty. The papers I didn't really like very much, but I love the imagery of the bunnies and the humming of, I think that's a hummingbird, and the butterflies, and of course the florals. There's florals everywhere. It's called Fresh Bouquet. So I did get like the paper clips. I bought the thickers, the floral thickers. They're actually cardstock on foam, but it's fine. I thought they were puffy. I would have preferred puffy, but that's fine. And I bought the sticker sheet. And then of course I printed all the things. So I was thinking of mixing up this because it's more delicate and feminine, even though I don't have any Marigold to show you. Because I don't have. I did pre-order on a cherry on top Marigold, but for some reason it hasn't arrived yet. So like, it hasn't arrived to a cherry on top. I'm still waiting for them to fulfill the order, but scrapbook.com got everything in. They also just got Fresh Bouquet in, which was really late. And so I know shipping, because this whole thing is like a mess, but I'm just like, I thought that I was surprised that scrapbook.com got Marigold in first, because usually a cherry on top gets them in first before scrapbook.com. The reverse this time. So I'm waiting on my pre-order, but I did make an order on scrapbook.com for a few more things that I did not include in my pre-order at a cherry on top. So I'll probably get those first. I'm hoping I get them. I'm hoping it ships out sometime this week. I mean, it's Monday right now. I'm hoping it ships out today or tomorrow so that I can get it towards the end of the week, because I am wanting to set up this planner so badly. I honestly don't know what it is with me, but my friend, she kind of like feels the same way about it. She started a journaling habit, and she was telling me that I think the last time I was at her house, which was probably the beginning of the year, or maybe the ending of last year, probably the beginning of the year, that she's just like, oh, yeah, I started journaling again. I was journaling, but she started doing like little collages and getting crafty with it, using her stickers and all the things that she has, and like decorating her pages. And then once they're pretty and decorated, she'll journal in it. And she's like, this is so fun. It's actually getting me to sit down and journal in my journal. And I'm just like, I think I'm the same way, because just having a blank page and just journaling doesn't appeal to me, so that's why I've never done it. Like, I never sat down and did it. I prefer having things all decorated, or like having to decorate everything and then sitting down to journal. And so I think that's where I'm going with this. And so I kind of want all my stuff so that I can start it and set it up. And that's always the fun part, is setting things, like setting up a new planner and then setting up your pages, and then doing the work, which is the actual soul searching journaling. I mean, not soul searching, but I think when you journal like that, and especially how I want to approach this, I kind of want to do gratitude journaling. I want it to be positive. I know journaling, you can get down the hard stuff and everything. I mean, that's fine, but I've been trying. One of my intentions, which kind of fell off the bandwagon this year, all of the intentions, was to cultivate a positive mindset, and been trying real hard to cultivate that positive mindset, to think positively. And so, like, especially in the beginning of this pandemic, it was very, very hard, because I suffer with anxiety, and so I was constantly anxious, and watching the news was like insane, that I had to like tune everything out, because just it does not help with my mental health at all. And so I just have to, I guess, be in a bubble, which is, I don't think it's a good thing to be in a bubble. I think you should be somewhat informed about what's happening. I'm always constantly informed, but I know me, and I know how I get affected by things, especially very negative and bad things. There's a reason why I can't watch like scary movies and stuff like that, like horror movies and gore. I can't do any of it, because it's just the way that it affects me. And so yeah, I had to tune everything out, but I also had to like kind of repeat certain things, like mantras, like positive mantras, just sort of kind of I guess trick my brain into being positive, because I'm naturally a realist, and I know most realists, especially in a world like this, tend to be a little pessimistic, because that's just the reality of things. And I know this about me, and it's something that I've struggled so much with, wanting to change, wanting to alter. My best friend, he is, oh my god, like, he's a ray of sunshine. He gets down, and I know when he gets down, but he's very positive. He always, like, that's his first instinct, is to see the good in things, in people. And I'm not like that. I'm like, I see things for how they are, and sometimes things are just bad. That's just how things are, and that's what my brain first wants to see in things and people or situations and stuff like that. He's the opposite. He sees the good, and I admire that so much about him, that I struggle with trying to kind of change my mindset. And so I heard, well, doing like research and stuff like that, I guess practicing gratitude really helps you to focus on just the positive stuff, and like in your life, and kind of not the negative, and that can change your whole mindset, can change your whole mood. And so I kind of want to do that in here, and I want to make it like a happy, crafty place, a positive, crafty place, where I can journal my feelings too, but that I can do the gratitude, like journal about the good things, even the most mundane good things, just to see how that affects my mindset and my mood. And so that's this project, and I'm like waiting so long for my scrappy supplies that I want to use for it, which is funny because I have tons of scrap supplies, but I specifically want to use the Maggie Holmes Marigold collection. Yeah, I sometimes I wonder what goes on. So I'm waiting for that, and when that comes, maybe I'll set it up with you all. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show you those two things today. I know I talked a lot. Honestly, I don't know why I keep saying that I'm no good at vlogs, like I suck at vlogs, when I can literally just sit in front of a camera and talk your ear off, apparently. I know I see those comments that I get in on my videos that I talk too much. After a while, they're not mean comments or nasty comments, they're just unnecessary comments. It's like, why are you complaining about me talking forever on my own video, on my own channel? You can easily fast forward, you can put me on double time. I tell people all the time, put me on double time, watch my videos at double the speed. Like, I know some of you do watch my videos at double the speed, and I'm like, totally okay, because sometimes I know they go really long and I talk a lot. Put me on double speed. Fast forward, like, hi, scroll. Do you not know how to use YouTube? I don't know. But yeah, just do, what is it? JKL, like on your keyboard. Those things go rewind, fast forward, pause. It's how you edit video. They work as shortcuts on YouTube videos too. If you didn't know, there's a whole bunch of tricks. Like, I told people, I'm like, yeah, you can speed up videos on YouTube. And they're just like, what? I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, you can watch things at like halftime, double time, or like 1.25 time, like whatever. You can slow things down, you can speed them up, because it's YouTube. It's awesome. I don't understand why people just have to leave an annoyed comment that, oh, she talks too long, or oh my god, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, you're frustrated. Hi, you don't have to watch my video. But whatever. I don't have to keep apologizing for talking a lot on my own videos on my own channel. It's just ridiculous. And so after a while, what I do, I take a pointer from a YouTuber that I do watch. Her name is Lauren. Oh my god, I don't remember her last name, but she does like Marshall's, Home Goods, Target hauls. She's really cute. I love her. I love watching her videos and like her Disney vlogs and stuff like that. What she does is that any negative comment that she gets on any video, she immediately deletes it. And I'm just like, what? Like, in my brain, I'm just like, we can do that? Of course we can do that. You can delete any negativity on any of your videos, on any of your blog posts, on any of your Instagram handles, whatever. Whatever you need to do to keep something positive for you, do it. Just delete. And I know people, oh my god, I don't know what it is about people on the internet. They like to start drama like everywhere. And I'm just like, you don't know these people. You don't know these people like on the other side of the screen. You know, I guess what I like to call surface stuff. You know what they show you and what they talk to you about, what they share, but you don't know them. You have no idea what's going on with their own lives. You don't know if they're in good health. You don't know if they've recently lost somebody, unless they explicitly tell you and share those things with you. I'm pretty sure most creators online do not show everything. And if you're annoyed about something, or you need to express your opinion because you don't agree, it's fine to kind of share your opinion and your perspective with somebody who probably doesn't share the same. But I don't understand why people have to do it in such a way in which they pick a fight. Like, it's very on the offense when it should be more critical and more constructive. That's the word that I was looking for, constructive, instead of being offended. And I'm just like, if I let every single thing get to me, I will be offended all the time, and I would be a very unhappy person. And I'm just like, no, there's a way to talk to people and to leave comments or to comment on somebody's thing without being offensive or feeling offended or feeling disgusted or annoyed. And really, a lot of those comments that I get, they're completely unnecessary. Like, I don't need to know that you're annoyed that I'm talking too much. Like, so the last one that I got, which was a couple of weeks ago, I deleted it and it felt good. I'm just like, awesome, delete. Because even they're little petty comments, and they make you feel bad. Even if they're little petty comments, even when you know they're little petty comments, they make you feel bad. And so, like, I don't know, nobody likes feeling bad. Just in general, nobody likes feeling bad. And so deleting the comment gives you the power you know, not to feel that. And if the person gets offended that you deleted their comment, so what? You don't have to engage in any of that stuff. And so like when she said that in one of her videos, this is going back to Lauren, when she said that in one of her videos, I was just like, oh my God. Like in my head, it just kind of like clicked. I'm like, she's taking the power over her own space on the web. That is awesome. And so delete, just to delete. You know, some people turn off their comments because they don't want to see comments, and that's fine. Even though kind of engaging with the video does help with the whole crazy algorithm and stuff like that, even on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, just although on Instagram apparently commenting and liking do not affect the algorithm. What affects the algorithm is the little share button and the little save button apparently. So be liking, be sharing, and be saving on Instagram. But still, you still have the power to get rid of anything that makes you feel bad in social media world, in real life. I tell people this all the time. I'm just like my friend, she won, like, I know like certain people's circumstances are completely different, but like I'm always chill. Like that's how she kind of describes me, is like very chilled out. Really, I'd never have any drama in my life. And there's a reason for that, because I am so picky about who I associate with, and I'm just like, if any of it stresses me out, if any person does something that stresses me out, that doesn't make me feel good, they do not deserve room in my life. And so bye. Like, I do not have time to deal with that, because a lot of the times it's never about me. It's always about the person and just how they carry themselves. And you know, like my mom always says, like attracts like. If you are a negative person and that's just how you go through life, you will attract negativity. I guess that's the whole law of attraction, right? You attract what you put out. So if you're positive and you're kind and just a good person, or try to be the best person you can be, you will attract those same people, which I think is completely true, because a lot of my friends are very similar. And it's funny when you have friends who end up being friends with other friends of yours, but they like never met, but you were just friends with them and they're friends too. There's a reason for that. It's because we all kind of travel on the same kind of plane, and we all kind of give off those same positive vibes, or whatever type of vibe it is, those same vibes. And so of course like will attract like. But yeah, just, I know I'm talking forever. This is probably going to be a long sit down vlog, more so than me showing you things. But yeah, you have the power to just delete, because we do not need any negativity. Unnecessary negativity. You don't, anything that makes you feel bad. If you can get rid of it, if it's in your power to do something about it, you can do it. You can do something about it. You can change it. And this is a lesson. I know this might sound so like grand and everything, but I had to learn. I had to learn that at some point, and I think we all have to learn it at some point, because I was never like that. I had trouble doing that. I had trouble saying no to things that I didn't want to do, but I also kind of wanted to please other people. Oh. Now I'm way older. I'm way older than I was then, and way wiser, and I know if this does not work for me, if this doesn't make me feel good, if it makes me stressed and anxious and just kind of like feeling really bad, I do not need to do this. I do not need to do it. I can say no. Yes, it'll feel bad the first time you say no to somebody that you want to help, but you don't want to do it, and you don't have to do it, but it takes practice. Like everything else, it takes practice to say no, or to just, you know, be okay with just getting rid of things, even if those things are people. You know what I mean? Like getting rid of them out of your life. Not so much killing them. Don't do that. That's bad. But, you know, just kind of cleaning the slate just to make you feel better. And so that is my long spiel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But yeah, I'm gonna go about my day, I guess.